Okay, this is our tutorial on how to use PowerPoint to make flashing stimuli to show people. First, I'm going to show you how to do that with separate objects, then how to do it by just copying an object, and then at the end, I'll show you how to have a fixation point in the back. So one of those plus signs or something so that people are staring at the same point even when other things aren't on screen. So here we have 3 circles, a blue circle, a green circle, and an orange circle. And I'm going to make it so that each circle will flash on the screen for 150 milliseconds, and then there'll be 1 second in between each circle flashing. So this is if you have separate objects, like if you have multiple photographs or something like that that you're flashing at people, you'll want to do it this way. So select your first object and make sure you're in the animations menu up here, and then open the animations pane over here on the right so that you can see what animations you have. And for each object, you're going to go to Add Animation and add Appear, and then back to Add Animation and add Disappear. And you'll need to use the Add Animation for this every time, because if you just use the Appear button that's up there on the left, it only lets you do one thing per object, and we need both an Appear and a Disappear. So I had these objects spread out a bit so that I could select each one in turn, but now I'm going to go put them all where they belong, which is all at the center of the screen. So they're going to wind up one on top of the other, which is why I didn't have them like that before. And so now they're on top of each other and you can only see the orange circle. Now you're going to go over to the animations pane, and for each of the disappears, so those are the orange ones here, you're going to choose timing and then change this from on click to after previous and put in how long you want the object to stay on screen. And so remember that humans can get the gist of a full scene in 200 to 250 milliseconds, which is 0.2 seconds. So for something simpler like these circles, you might want to go even lower. So I'm setting this to 0.15 seconds for each of these, which is 150 milliseconds. So now I've got all of these set to disappear after being on screen for 150 milliseconds each. Now, after one thing flashes, you're probably going to want the next one to happen automatically rather than having to click every single time. So now we're going to go to all the appears, and you're go into timing and set for how much time you want in between your stimuli. So I'm setting it for 1 second. So that can vary a lot how long you want that to happen. So I'm not doing it this time to the very first appear, so I'm still going to have to click it in order to make the whole thing start. But after that, they'll each go automatically after 1 second. And then over here, I can see, based on where this triangle is, that I messed up here. I forgot to click after previous instead of on click. There we go, after previous, and then 0.15 seconds. And so now you can see, based on the triangles, when things are set to happen. So each disappear is a little tiny bit after each appear, and then the next appear is, longer, a full second after the previous thing disappeared. So that's going to set up all of your animations. I'm going to do the actual slideshow. I click to start it, and then each of those flashes for 0.15 seconds with 1 second in between. So that is how you're going to do this if you have multiple objects that you want to flash and show people. If you're doing very similar objects like what I've got here with these circles, there's actually a slightly simpler way to do it. So this time we're going to start out with 1 circle. So I have just the blue circle. And we're going to do the animations for that 1 circle first. So just like before, I'm going to add an appear, and I'm going to add a disappear, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to change the timings on those. So it'll disappear after previous, after 0.15 seconds. And then I'm going to change the appear to the appear 1 second after the thing. So now we've only had to do this to this 1 object, right? So now I'm going to take this object and I'm going to hit Control D or Command D on a Mac, and that's going to duplicate it. And as you can see, it duplicates the animations as well as the object, which is very, very nice. And so now I'm going to, change the colors so that you can tell the difference between them, and then I can put them all once again on top of each other so that they're all flashing in the same spot. And now I only had to do all that once with the animations, and I can play it and get the same basic effect that I got before. Now, if you want a fixation point, we're going to add a text box. So up here with the shapes under the home menu, add a text box. We're going to put a plus sign in there. That's the usual fixation point. And make it, a little bit bigger and maybe bold, or bold, and maybe a brighter color. A lot of the time they're red, just so that it's easy for your subjects to see and keep their eye on that fixation point. And then you're going to put that where you want them to be staring, which is usually the center of the screen. So we're going to put that right in the center. And then we're going to go up here to arrange and choose send to back. So now it's back there behind all of your circles. And we're not going to add any animation to it for this. We're just going to let it sit there, so it's always going to be there behind the circles while they're flashing. So each time, you can see each time the circle flashes, when it goes away, the fixation point is there so that your subject can, stay fixated at the center. If there's some reason that you need it to not always be there, obviously you can set the same kind of animations for that text box as you're setting for the other shapes. The biggest issue is if you're doing something that's like translucent, or in some way you can see the fixation point behind it, then you might need the fixation point to disappear. But in general, if you're doing something like this, all you need to do is just let it sit there behind all the other things, and it'll just be there whenever they're not flashing. Okay, if you have questions about any of this, please let me know. Hopefully this will be helpful to some of you as you set up your stimuli for your project.